In this video, I want to talk about passive income and how I was able to make $10,000 in passive income last month and how I've repeated that already this month in November. And if you watch this video to the end, you're gonna find some ideas in here that you can go and implement yourself to build up passive income streams that will make you money in the future. I'm gonna leave nothing back. My goal is to be completely transparent and show you exactly how I was able to make this money and how all of these income streams work together in my online business. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. We talk about passive income and online business all the time on this channel. So let's dive right in. I do want to clarify something that might be somewhat confusing, and that is the question, why? Why would I talk about what I make and why would I be so transparent with it here on YouTube? Well, there's two really important reasons. Number one, when I first started an online business, I was dying to find inspiration. I would go to YouTube and I would look up people like Pat Flynn, Nate O'Brien, Graham Stephan, and they would be incredibly transparent with what they were making in their online businesses and what they were making passively. And that gave me inspiration to keep going forward. I really don't think that I would be where I am today doing this full time if it weren't for those YouTubers and podcasters who were open and transparent with what they were making. So I'm forever grateful to them, and if I can be that for someone else, then it will be completely worth it. The second reason is because when I started this YouTube channel 2 years ago, I decided to treat this like an experiment of business. Like, I'm building my online businesses and I want to bring you along with me on the journey so that we can learn together. And when I did that, I decided that I was going to be transparent because I want to make sure that you have all the information you need to decide what's best for you as you're pursuing growing your online business. I'm going to show you all the numbers, all the sources, and I hope this is an inspiration to you. It's not a brag, it's not a flex. There's people making way more than this. And honestly, I feel like I'm just getting started and barely scratching the surface of what's possible. So before we get into specific numbers, I want to define what passive income is. The way I define passive income is a fixed amount of work with disproportionate returns or scalable returns. In other words, you do a fixed amount of work one time and that work makes you money over time, and that has the potential to grow over time. For example, one of my passive income sources is book royalties. This is a perfect example. I wrote a book one time and that book sells every month. At this point, it is entirely passive income. I do nothing to promote that book. It sits on Amazon and it sells, and when it does, I get royalties, and that's part of the $10,000 that I made last month. But there's also things that I'm still putting ongoing work into, but the money that I'm currently earning is actually based on work that I've done in the past. A good example of this would be YouTube ad revenue. I'm making money every month from that, but most of the money that I'm making is based on videos that I made in the past. And even though I continue making videos, what I'm doing is building this so that I will make more and more and more passive income in the future. When I set out to do online business, I was really looking for something that would help me escape the rat race. What would ensure that I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job? What would ensure that I don't have to be there and ask for time off when I want to be away, but what would give me the most amount of freedom? And what that is exactly what I'm doing and what I'm building and what I'm going to show you. And that is the beauty of online business. When you're making money based on work that you've already done, and that income has the potential to scale as more people find you, more people watch your videos, more people buy your courses, more people partner with your affiliates, all of that stuff can add up to be something really cool. And the cool thing is if you're just getting started and you're a little bit overwhelmed even by just this introduction, understand that you only have to put one piece of this together at a time. I'm going to show you what I've done, which is really the culmination of a few years of building this stuff up. You don't have to do it overnight. You can build one thing and then another, and then another. And once you set these things up, they continue to make you money over time, and that money tends to grow exponentially, which is awesome. So with all of that said, let's dive into the actual numbers. So the first type of revenue that I made, and I've mentioned this already, is book royalties. This made up $381.25 of that $10,000 number. This comes from 2 books and 3 different formats per book. So there's a paperback version, there's an ebook version, and an audio version. and all three sell pretty equally, with audio being the one that sells the most. One of my passions is to demystify book writing. I really think everybody has a book in them at some point in their lives that just needs to find its way out. When you write a book, you can benefit from pursuing a passion and a desire to get a message out and put it on paper, which helps to bolster your authority on that topic if it's nonfiction, or be a creative outlet if it's fiction. But then the beauty of the way book sales go is if you put it on Amazon and you market it correctly at the beginning, Amazon will continue to sell that book over and over and over because their systems are going to surface it to the right people at the right time. And in my case, I'm averaging about $400 a month, with $381.25 coming in last month, which I feel like is not bad considering that I wrote both of those books at this point 2 years ago for one of them and 5 years ago for the other. If you're thinking about writing a book, I have a great guide for you at lanesebring.com/5steps. Just outlines the process that I used to make my first book a #1 bestseller in its category on Amazon. You can pick it up for free at lanesebring.com/5steps. The second type of revenue that I made last month passively is from YouTube ad revenue. Now, I want to point out that, as I mentioned in my introduction to this video, that YouTube is something that I'm continuing to do. So I'm continuing to pour gasoline on this fire of YouTube. But keep in mind, the money that YouTube paid me is based on views on videos that I made months or even years ago. So I'm continuing to make videos, but again, the way I define passive income is a fixed amount of work. So I make a video one time. I don't have to keep making the same video. I don't have to keep re-uploading it. I just make it and upload it, and then I move on with my life. And that one video has the potential to have disproportionate or scalable returns. As it gets more views, I get more ad revenue, and I keep getting paid more and more and more money over time based on work I've already done. So keep that in mind, because a lot of people won't put YouTube in the passive income category, and I understand why, because you do have to put in the work up front, and if you want your channel to keep growing, you have to keep going with it. But again, the way I define it is when it's disproportionate and scalable. And some of these videos have been sitting on YouTube for years, making me money every single month. That, to me, qualifies as passive income. So in October, I made $491.77 from ad revenue. This was between two channels. The first one was my Preaching Donkey channel, made a little bit less. I made $119.30. And then my Lane Sebring channel, this one, I made $372.47. When I talk about YouTube ad revenue, this is where I always like to point out that if you're thinking about becoming a YouTuber, you have to get pretty stinking large before you can just live off of what you're making on ads. It definitely is possible, but you've got to fully commit to just growing your channel, and you've got to crush it at every level. And then, even then, depending on your niche, you may not make as much in ad revenue as other niches. So this is why you're gonna see, of the $10,000 that I made last month, less than $500 came from YouTube ads. This is why when people say, oh, how is it being a YouTuber? I like to say, well, I guess I'm a YouTuber, but there's actually so much more to it than that, and so many more ways that you can monetize this and make a living off of it, not just YouTube ads. So I treat the ads part of YouTube as a nice bonus. In this case, it was almost $500. Not bad, I'll take it. All right, next up is one of my favorite categories of how to make money, and that is courses and my membership site. I lump this into one category and just call it digital products. The reason why these are the best type of passive income, and particularly online courses, is that you make an online course one time. In my case, my flagship course, Killer Sermons Academy, I put 6 months of work into it. It's got tons of videos. It's a complete end-to-end flagship system for creating and delivering life-changing messages. It's a great course, but I only had to make it one time. Once it's done, it's done. I do updates every now and then, but it's basically the exact same course it was when I released it 2 years ago. So if I sell that course once to one person, I make $400. If I sell that course 50 times to 50 people, I make, what is that, $20,000 if I'm correct on my math. But the point is, it's one course that I can sell to one person or 10,000, and my amount of work is the exact same. And because it's a digital product, it's going to continue to just infinitely make more money. It's infinitely scalable. There's no limit to how many times I can sell it, because what I'm selling is access to it. So it sits on my website and people are basically paying for a username and password to be able to get into it and use it. It's one of the best ways. If you have any type of skill or knowledge or expertise, and you do, you may just not know it, but if you have any skill, knowledge, or expertise that you can share with other people and then build courses that they can purchase to learn more and go deeper with you on that topic, you can make incredible amounts of passive income and you can change lives in the process, because your courses should be transformative. They're not just information, they're helping people get what they want. And there's lots of money to be made and lots of people to impact in that type of business. So my courses in October made $627, and this is actually pretty low. I tend to be around $2,000 a month in my courses, but you have months that are big and months that are small, and October was a relatively small month. I also have a membership site, and in October, I made $162 from that. We actually did a big reopening of that in November this month, and that went up substantially more. We got a lot more members in there, but in October it was $162. So between courses and my membership site, I made $789 in October. So if you're doing the math, we are nowhere close to $10,000 yet, and I have one major category left. So it's gonna make up the bulk of what's left, and I know you're dying to know what it is, so we're gonna get to it in just a second. But I wanna mention, if you are wanting to make this kind of business where you are able to create courses, do YouTube, do a podcast, and make it all come together in a way that works for you within your schedule and within your expertise, I want to give you my super simple guide to your first $500 online. You can find it at lanesebring.com/supersimple. It's a really easy process that will take you through step by step how to take your knowledge and skills and expertise, and even if you don't think you have them, you do. There's something that you're good at that you don't even maybe realize that you are good at. This guide will walk you through the process of how to kind of bring that out of yourself, how to build an audience of people who want to know that information from you, and then how to build courses or membership sites or coaching and consulting. All of that is in this guide. It's totally free, lanesebring.com/supersimple. All right, so let's jump into the final category, and that is affiliate revenue. Now, I want to mention, what is affiliate revenue? What is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is simply when you recommend that someone use a product or service. They go and use that product or service, and because you recommended it, you get a commission of what they pay. It is the simplest way to make money in online business. So for example, let's say that you don't want to build your own course quite yet, right? You're just getting started making content, but someone else has a course that's right in line with what you teach. So instead of building your own course, you could promote their course if they have an affiliate program, and maybe you get 20 or 30% of the sale. So if they sell a course for $100 and you get a 30% cut, you make $30 every time somebody buys a course. It can be a really great way to make income without having to actually have a product of your own. And even when you do have products of your own, there's so many businesses that would love to get in front of your audience once you have one, because you have influence with those people. So they will gladly share a portion of the revenue that they make from the sale with you, because they just know that without you, they wouldn't sell as much. So one of the things that I have done is I have really gone all in on two major affiliates, and then I have some miscellaneous ones in there as well. The first one I want to mention is Amazon. I've talked about Amazon on my channel before, but Amazon is the easiest affiliate marketing program to get into. You just literally go to Amazon.com, go to the bottom, look for the thing that says associates or affiliates, and apply. What this does is I can talk about any product. For example, on this channel, I have a video about the microphone that I use for podcasting. It's called the Shure SM7B. And it's just a helpful video saying, here's the Shure SM7B, and here's all the components that you need to make it work. That video has almost 200,000 views. In the description of that video, there are Amazon links. Those links are affiliate links. So when somebody clicks on one of those links, they go to Amazon, they buy that microphone or anything else. Within a 24-hour period, I get a commission. It's a very small percentage. It's about 1 to 3% of the sale. But with a lot of volume, it adds up to a lot. In fact, in October, last month, I made $2,351.60. So I've averaged over the last 6 months right around that $2,300, $2,400 number per month from Amazon. That is incredible, and it's so easy to do. If you have any kind of platform online, you need to be a part of the Amazon Associates program. It just makes sense. Next up is a few miscellaneous affiliates that I partner with. It came out to $129.70. Some of those are software, some of those are products, but they're outside of the Amazon realm, and they added up to $129.70. All right, finally, the remainder of my income for last month came from my affiliate with Kajabi. Now, if you know my channel at all, you know that I am a massive fan of Kajabi. It has helped me in my online business become more efficient, become more effective, and it saved me money and it's increased my revenue. Kajabi is a software that helps you manage this type of business. You host your courses on it, your website, your sales page, your landing pages, your email, your CRM, all of it is right there on Kajabi. Well, I am such a big fan of Kajabi that I just started talking about it and recommending it to people. And they have an affiliate program that pays a commission when somebody signs up for Kajabi. And last month, I made $5,701.56 from that. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention that if you're wanting to get into online business yourself, go to lanesebring.com/Kajabi. You can check it out for free for 30 days, and you also get a few other perks with that link as well. But in total, in October, I made $8,182.86 from affiliates. So altogether, passively, I made $9,844.88. Now, the only thing I did in October that was in the moment active earned income was one coaching session with one person for $295, and that brings the total up to $10,139.88. So $10,139.88 in October, $9,844 of that was passive. That's what happened in October. I am so grateful that these things are all coming together. When I went full-time into this about 18 months ago and left my 9-to-5, I was making nowhere near $10,000 a month. This was a pipe dream. I was making like less than $2,000 a month, but I had a lot of money in savings and a good plan, and so I went with it. So let me be the first to say that if this seems like a lot, then just know you can build this way faster than you think if you know what to do and you know how to put the work into it. So that's why I want to give you my free guide at lanesebring.com/super simple. It maps out exactly the steps that you need to take to get started, and it's totally free. So go there and grab that. If you want to know more about passive income, if you're kind of wondering how all this stuff works, I have a playlist right here for you where we go in depth on a lot more of this stuff. So click right there on that playlist and I'll see you in there and we'll talk more about passive income.